we're the kind of club that we're together. Because if you look at us, there's not many people outside Arsenal fans who like Arsenal Football Club. And that's why we're, as a club and players and everything, we're together. And that's all that matters.
What's good, people? Welcome back to the Arsenal Bloodline. You're here with me, Jules.
And else, what's happening, people?
Good stuff. You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. Can't complain. Start off 3 points at Old Trafford. Can't really complain too much.
That's how we like it.
Yeah, I'm all good.
So people, we are back today with a brand new show for you. It's called the Red and White Aftermath. So, starting with the game yesterday at Old Trafford, Man United versus Arsenal. Man United 0, Arsenal 1. Get in there. That's what we like.
Boys.
Now, bruv, I don't know about you, but I was watching that game with a lot of frustration. I was expecting a lot from the team than what we got yesterday. And obviously, yes, the most important thing is the result, getting the 3 points.
100%.
But obviously, we saw the pre-season. Yes, we didn't play well in a lot of the games, but we did play well in some of the games. So, getting back to yesterday's game, what was your thoughts on the start we had?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, look, like you said, most important thing is we got the 3 points. I wasn't convinced. I predicted that we'd go with 2-1. I wasn't convinced on it as the day sort of, as we got onto the match day itself. I was like, oh, maybe a draw. But we got the 3 points, bruv. There was slight differences to last season. There was a lot of transitions. I noticed we actually counter-attacked on Man United, 12 times? I heard it was 12 transitions. So that was good. That was a good thing. But what we did in that transition was slightly concerning. I thought there was like poor decision making in the final third.
It was a bit indecisive for me.
Indecisive, that's a good word. Yeah, I felt we was just slightly indecisive. There were some good moments that the positive is that we got in the situations itself where we were 4 against 3, 4 against 4. That was different to last season. I was a little bit skeptical as to whether we could actually transition in that way, but we did. And that was, for me, a positive. I thought Odegaard was integral in our transition yesterday, but he was as guilty as anyone as just holding on to the ball way longer than he needed to. Then he got dispossessed. There was a couple of opportunities to release Saka or Gyökeres, and he just held on to the ball and ends up losing the ball. So I thought that was different, and that was positive. But I just felt that for the majority of the first half, especially, I thought there was like a nervous energy in the team. A lot of the defenders looked nervy. Even Gabriel and Saliba, they just seemed like they had this nervousness about them. I thought Man United were more intensified than us. They had more energy. They looked fitter than us. They were winning all the second balls. They were winning all the first balls. So that was disappointing. We improved in the second half, and I feel like we managed Man United a lot better in the second half. But just that final decision making, which was a problem last season, that was an issue yesterday as well. But all in all, it was all right. The front six players were all ineffective, with maybe the exception of Odegaard. I thought he was actually quite okay. With some of the things that he did, he was all right.
Really?
There was a couple of chances that he created. There was one sort of through ball that he done for Gyökeres, and then Gyökeres ends up kind of like running past the ball and losing possession. And I thought he had a really tough day at the office, Gyökeres. But I'm not concerned by him. Obviously, everyone's having a field day today. Almost like, I've read somewhere today that it's the most shocking debut of all time and all this other rubbish. But these are like 15-year-old virgins online. Maybe some 40-year-old virgins as well. I don't know. But I'm not concerned by Gyökeres. He couldn't really get into the game, but he is going to be heavily dependent on his teammates. He's not a Kai Havertz. He's not a Gabriel Jesus. He's not going to come and get the ball. Some people's arguments yesterday about Gyökeres was that, Kai Havertz came on and he was immediately involved and he done a lot more than what Gyökeres did, but they're completely two different players. Gyökeres is a number 9. Yeah. His area is the 18-yard box. You're not going to see him outside of that. And I'm cool with that. That's what I wanted. It's just it's a tricky place to go. They had a lot of energy, and his supporting cast weren't really supporting him. So I'm not overly concerned by Gyökeres. All in all, not a great day at the office for the attackers, but I thought defensively we were very, very good, and our defenders got better as the game went on. One thing I do want to note is that Yuri and Timber came on, and I thought he was excellent, and I thought there was a clear difference between
definitely
the defense with Timber in the team compared to Ben White in the team, and that's no shade on Ben White, but I think if Ben White isn't getting forward when he's on, then you might as well just play Timber, because he's by far the better defender in my opinion. And again, that's no shade on Ben White, but yeah, bro, it's 3 points at Old Trafford. We both spoke about it before the game. We'll take it.
Yeah, definitely. I think getting back there to Timber, he's an all-round better player, I think, than Ben White. Ben White's great going forward. He can defend, but we've got to remember, right back is not his natural position. So I don't think his awareness in that position is not as great as, say, Timbers is. Getting back to what you said about your prediction, he's very confident at 2-1, but you said you maybe thought 1-1. Why was that? What made you?
Because it's Man United, bruv, and it's never. We haven't gone to Man United and won more than one by one goal in my lifetime of supporting the club. I don't think I've ever known us to go to Old Trafford and win by any more than one goal. So it's my heritage. It's my personal Arsenal heritage, and my experience of watching Arsenal at Old Trafford is no matter how good we are, we've gone there as defending champions. We've gone there as an unbeaten team. We don't go there, and even when we do well, we don't do too well. It's always kind of like a tight game, and it could have gone either way.
There. Yeah, we never come away with a dominant performance and a victory. 2-3 goals scored, where other teams seem to be able to go there and score at will, which is very strange. So that's a mentality. I say it's a mentality thing, but it can't be, because we've had various teams go there and do this and falter or be embarrassed. And it makes no sense to me. Why do certain grounds? Maybe that's something we can look into. I don't know. Why is that certain grounds you just don't perform? And but we got the points, like you said. Let's get back to Odegaard. For me, he was right. He was on the ball a lot. He did some good things, but when it really mattered, he was really indecisive. Like, he didn't seem to know what he wanted to do. Like the time when he said Gyökeres was one side, Saka's the other, but he didn't do anything. He didn't pass it either. And then by the time he made his mind up, it was too late. In fact, he tried to go past someone, didn't he? And he just got tackled.
He got tackled. It
looked so poor when he did it, because it left us open. And I think Man United were on the front foot from the first whistle. They were assertive,
hungry,
very physical. Remember, they were very physical as well. They wanted to have it with us, I was quite surprised. I was thinking, they want to have it. And they were getting the better of some of the players. And I was a bit disappointed with these players, because we should be going there acting like champions anyway. We're not, but we should be going there with that same mentality, because that's the whole point. We want to be champions. You have to get the mentality from somewhere. And that's what
started you mean to go on, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. Like you said, the second half, defense got better. They seemed to be more relaxed as well. But I was disappointed with Starboy. I was disappointed with Saka, because again, he was struggling with Luke Shaw, and I'm thinking to myself, you must have roasted Luke Shaw many times in England training, all sorts. He didn't look up for it. Didn't look like he wanted to. He didn't look like he wanted that battle where Luke Shaw was like, "Come on, I'm having it." And I was a bit disappointed, because he was frustrated. He was throwing his hands up in the air, not getting, when he didn't get the fouls that he thought he should have had. Sometimes when you think you should get the foul, you know what? Bun that. Get up, run back, rough up the man. You got to fight back. And I felt we had no fight yesterday, which was making me even more frustrated. We've got to talk about it, bruv. Martinelli, bruv. We have to talk about Martinelli. Sorry to cut you there, but we have to talk about Martinelli.
Priorities first, man.
I'm coming round to your way of thinking now. It's over for this guy. It's literally, I think it's the end, because he's not doing anything different in these games. He's not taking on these matters. Well, he's trying to, but there's no success. He hardly creates anything. He didn't even have a shot, right? It's getting worse and worse. And this is game one. Now I'm getting worried. I'm getting concerned about this guy, because I like Martinelli, but Arteta is not. He's not training him on. He's not. If anything, he's making him cower into his shell. So I want to know what are your thoughts there on that left-hand side, bruv?
Yeah, same old. But one thing that Martinelli is very good at, which is why I think primarily he's in the team, is his defensive work. So he covered a lot of ground yesterday, and defensively he was very, very good. But obviously, we don't care about that so much. But for Arteta, that's a massive plus, and it's the reason why we see Martinelli starting game after game after game, because of the defensive work that he puts in, and the shift and the yards that he puts in. And it was no different yesterday. He was actually very good defensively, helping out Califiore making those masquerading runs going forward. Martinelli was very disciplined in keeping shape and making sure that we didn't get overrun if we lost possession. So he's very good at that. But when he's on the ball and going forward, he's just not offering anything anymore. And he's
non-existent.
I agree with you. Personally, I think
But
we probably should have moved on from him, but he's still there. But I think he's there primarily because he's so good at helping us keep shape defensively.
I think you're 100% right there. But also, I feel like it's an excuse for Martinelli to hide from his attacking duties. Oh, I know what? I'll work hard. I'll cover. Let Calafiori get forward. And remember what I told you about Calafiori? What worries me is when he gets forward, he can't get back. There's big gaps there on his side. And they exploited that. And I was like, my God.
Yeah.
This can't keep going on. We can't have that. And it's what's worrying is I don't know. Miles Lewis Skelly, he had a great season last season, but everyone knows what you're about now. So when he came on, he didn't quite make that difference as Timber did for me.
He didn't,
Not
but
quite
I do feel like when him and Urian came on though, I do think that we just immediately looked more tight at the back though. I felt we looked better with them two there. I think there's no doubt that when them two are in the team, instead of Ben White and Calafiori, we do look defensively tighter. And I think that definitely was the case when they both came on. Obviously, Urian Timber was more impressive than Miles, but I thought that we were slightly more, we were watertight at the back, as opposed to when it was Calafiori and Ben White.
Do you know what it is with Miles? Good for it. Obviously, he's a very good player. But in my head, he's not. We know he's not a fullback. He's not a fullback. He's a midfield player, and he plays like a midfield player playing fullback, and that's what it is for me. So sometimes he gets caught out, but he's getting better at it. And you're right. When they came on, I wasn't worried about Man United actually equalising, bruv. That was the thing. I wasn't worried about that. But what I was worried about, I wasn't worried. I was just so frustrated about how we performed as a team. It was so disjointed, and the Gyökeres debut, and it didn't go well for him. And I was feeling for him, bro. I was feeling for the guy because I knew what was going to come, like all the jokes and all that when he stepped on the ball and all that stuff. And then obviously the game was built up between Gyökeres and Sesko. One starts on the bench. You're thinking, that didn't really work out then, did it? Didn't really. And Sesko, I was not even. I don't remember him actually having no impact in this game.
I think you make a good point there. I think you make a good point about it. I think it's concern. It's concern against frustration, really. I don't think there was too much to be concerned by. I think we will get better. I think you will see elements of that against Leeds. I think you will see a more fluent performance. There were positives. Like I said, there was 12 transitions. We don't usually do that in games. So that was good to see. I just think, like you said, it's more of a frustrating thing where we wanted to look like the part. We wanted to look.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. We wanted to look slick, and it looked clumsy and a bit clunky at times. Yeah. But like you said, it will get better, obviously. Someone's getting ripped. All I know is someone's getting their backside ripped apart. Sorry, it's going to happen.
In hindsight, kid, just bearing in mind what you said about Gyökeres, in hindsight, I know it's always easier. Would you have started Kai?
No. He starts because he has to know that he's the main guy as well. Sorry, Kai, but he's not even a striker. That's the best part. Everyone's getting up, Kai Havertz is not a striker. We just played him there because he's the right size and he's got the right attributes. That's it. That's the truth of that. So I don't mind because Kai, when he came on, he started off well, but then he disappeared into the game because obviously we weren't on the ball a lot. So it wasn't his fault, but what can you do? He did his thing, what he normally does. But, like you said anyway, the main thing was we got the points. We will get better. But it was just that particular game was concerning at the time. But we will get better.
I think so.
No doubt. No
doubt. Still positives. The defense was really good. Raya was exceptional. The save he made from Cunha, where he got low.
Yeah, that was great.
That was unreal. I didn't even know that he saved it. I just thought that Cunha just dragged it wide.
No, I saw the touch.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the touch.
I didn't even see the save.
Immediately the commentators went, great save, like Gary Neville. Well, and I have to say that the commentary, he how he could be biased. He was actually quite honestly refreshing. I thought anyway on the commentary, saying how it was. Yeah, he said it how it was. He didn't even slag us off for being poor. And he was even sticking up for Gyökeres, which is quite, okay, wasn't expecting that. But overall, there's more to come from the team. I mean, the Zubimendi and Rice thing didn't really work out yesterday either. But I think that partnership will get a lot better. Zubimendi did look class in moments as well.
He did.
The way he wins the ball back, man. The way he wins that ball back, the timing of his tackles is perfect. I like that. And I guess Rice just has to get into his stride.
I thought Zubimendi was all right yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Yeah. I thought he was good.
I thought he was good. I think he was all right. I thought Rice was below par. Martinelli, of course. Gyökeres couldn't get into the game, and Saka was completely ineffective as well. But I thought Zubimendi was actually was tidy. He was okay. He did what he had to do. I got no issues with his performance at all, and he will definitely get better. I think he is a key cog in that machine for this season. So, yeah, all in all, brother, I was frustrated, like you said. I understand your frustration as well, but yeah, look, we take the 3 points and we run. It wasn't a great performance. we need to be a lot better in 2 weeks' time at Anfield. That's for absolute certain.
It was built up to be Gyökeres versus Sesko. So obviously Gyökeres started the game, and we've talked about how he performed. But Sesko came on with half an hour to go. What did you think of his performance when he came on?
Not much to go off, bruv, really. He didn't do much at all, apart from a header, which kind of sailed wide, way wide. That's pretty much all we did. That's pretty much all we did. I don't think he's fit, and he's going to clearly need a few more games before we can really assess what they've got in comparison to what we've got. And just like our striker, you know, Gyökeres is going to need just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. We've got experience in this field because it happened to Bergkamp and it happened to Henry. All right, it didn't happen to Lacazette because he scored on his debut, and Aubameyang also scored on his debut. But with the greats like the Henrys and the Bergkamps, they took a little while to get going. So yeah, I think maybe if we ask the question again, maybe in October, then we might have a better idea of the qualities that Sesko has. But yesterday, I didn't see much from him at all. Not even in terms of their link up. He wasn't really involved. Very much like Gyökeres, he was just in the box, and we wasn't able to do much apart from that header at the end, which was never really good. Well, it wasn't on target. So yeah, couldn't really make much of him. He's a big lad though. Big lad. When he was coming on,
he's a big guy.
God, he was just towering over everyone. He was towering over Almiron. Yeah, big boy.
But I think our defense, they shepherded him well. You know, they looked after him well because, like you said, he didn't have anything to go on. Couldn't see much link up play or hold up play or whatever. He is a big guy, and he's going to take time to adjust to the league as well, as will Gyökeres. But I feel with Gyökeres, like you said, he's experienced. I think he'll figure this out very quickly. And the physical game, he's up for it because he had a good battle with De Ligt. De Ligt got the better of him, and he got the better of De Ligt. So I think that's one thing he's probably a shock to his system is this is very physical, this league. It's very quick. It's very fast.
It's fast.
You have to be decisive in what you're going to do. Even when you're finishing, you've got to make sure you know how you're going to finish, what foot you're going to use, all of that. There's no time. You don't get time to think about, because in Portugal, he did dance around a few defenses. And I was like, that's too easy. Yeah, dance around in the box and then finishing. It's very hard to do that in this Premier League. So. Okay.
So you don't have any concerns over Gyökeres?
But I don't have any. He may not be tall like Sesko, but he's blancs, man. He's built to take the hits, and he looks like he likes to scrap, which I like that. And he's quite quick, you know. It was like one ball that got played, and I thought he might run out of play for a goal kick, but he kept it in. So yeah,
it's difficult. It's difficult, man. I saw an interview with Troy Deeney, and he was talking about, when he was in the Championship, he had 3 seasons in a row where he scored 20 plus goals, no problem. So he went into the Premier League with that mentality of, I'm going to score 20 goals, no problem. And he said within 5 minutes.
Oh, I heard him talk about that. Talk about that. Yes.
He said within 5 minutes of his debut in the Prem,
he doubted himself.
He said he doubted himself, and he started asking himself. He said he gave himself a target of 15 goals. After 5 minutes of the Prem,
he'll take 5 in it or something.
He'll take 5. So the difference. With the Prem,
you see the levels. That's
it's crazy.
And you've got to imagine that, right? That's the Prem. So when you go and play, say, Champions League, it's another level again. It's crazy, isn't it? It's the same game. You're playing the same game, same dimensions, but just the speed of thought of the players change. Absolutely. The physicality changes. Everything changes. So you've got to be quicker and sharper than the next man. Yeah. But I think Gyökeres has got that in him. He's got that hunger. He's got that determination. For me, he's got that in right thing in him where he not started late, but he got there late. Like, he's at Arsenal late. He should have been there. Maybe he's thinking same age as Sesko. He needs to perform now and show everyone what he can do and prove to himself as well. I think he's got a bit to prove to himself that he can do it. So I back him. I mean, like you said this morning, when people were saying that other strikers will outscore him, he won't score this amount of goals. I was like, all right, cool. You'll see how much goals he scores.
I think so. Yeah. I agree with you. I'm not I'm not worried about him at all. It was frustrating. I felt bad for him yesterday. I felt sorry for him, and I was like, oh, there's one moment where he kind of fell flat on his face. It was just after the ball that Odegaard put through to him, and he kind of ran past the ball and left the ball behind him, and then he tried to battle back for the ball. Then he ends up flat on his face, and the Man United fans are giving him all the banter and whatnot. And I felt for him, and I just felt like, Victor, don't worry, man. You're gonna prove yourself. And on the contrary to what we saw yesterday, I think he's in the right team for that. We will create chances for him. It's just about getting used to him getting used to his teammates. Once it clicks, I think we'll be fine. I think the really encouraging thing, and I've mentioned it a few times in this video, is we were transitioning. We were breaking on Man United. There was 12 separate occasions where we broke on them. They just pick the right pass. That will come. Pick the right pass.
And that's probably down to us not transitioning so often that they don't know what pass to pick because they've got options and they don't know what to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, because they're not. You know when you're used to, like, Liverpool are a team that they're used to doing that. So when they do it, they pick the right pass because that's what they do. We're possession, and then something happens.
Yeah.
Rather than transitioning, which we used to transition so well before. We used to score beautiful goals. Beautiful goals.
And he changed it, didn't he, for some reason?
And then he changed it, but I don't know. Anyway, so obviously Madueke came on for Martinelli. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the best of Madueke because he was too busy doing what Martinelli usually does. And that's not his forte. So again, he was another one. I felt for him as well because he's coming into a game where we're winning the game, but the game is not one where we're dominant. So he can't do his thing. Especially, like you mentioned, the transitions. I just wanted to see one transition with Madueke. One or two. And we got to see none.
Well, there was a moment. There was a... Sorry. It wasn't a transition, but there was a moment where Saka had the ball on the left and he's turned beautifully. He's turned Luke Shaw. I think it's Luke Shaw he turned. Mbuano. He's spun Mbuano and he's put the ball in. And I'm thinking Madueke is going to tap that in for an easy 2-0.
Fernandez was in the way. What was he doing? What was he doing there? That's what I was thinking. Why are you there? You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be trying to score a goal.
I couldn't believe it. Me and my mate was watching it, and we were blaming Madueke. It was like, how the hell did he miss that? But then we didn't realize it was only until you saw the replay. Fernandez gets this toe to it. I'd just love to have seen what Madueke would have done because it was a fierce cross from Saka. I'd love to have seen how Madueke would have maneuvered that moment. But brilliant intervention from Fernandez.
That's what I'm saying. Bruno Fernandez, of all people, and that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway.
Captain, isn't it? Brilliant.
Bruno Fernandez, you have to say, top player. Top player.
You know what, bro?
No question about it.
Odegaard was actually at his peak, and he was at the peak of his powers like 2 years ago, and there was this big comparison between Odegaard and Fernandez, and I was like, what are these lot smoking? Odegaard's way clearer of Fernandez, but he's not.
Nah, he's not. No chance. No, unfortunately, guys, let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Odegaard versus Bruno Fernandez. But for me, it's clear. If we had Bruno Fernandez, oh my days, bro. Because he's bagging goals. Number one, he's bagging goals. Right. Two, he's creating goals. And the way he creates goals is different. And he shoots as well. And he scores from shooting. And he takes free kicks. It's mental. The guy does everything.
Yeah, he's a quality player.
Defend.
He's a quality player.
Yeah, he moans. I'll take his moany ass. I'm telling you right now. I'll take his moany ass.
So
anyway,
so just going back to the Noni. So I just want to make this point as well that when he came on, I think we saw some justification from Arteta on why he likes Martinelli so much. Because when Madueke came on, Ahmad was getting the better of him in a way that I don't think he would have against Martinelli.
There's one point where he roasted him, literally roasted him, and went. And that was the only moment I thought, something might happen here. But we recovered that. But defending is not his best trait.
It's not his thing.
It's not at all. And there's going to be an issue there.
That it will be. That's the justification that Arteta has when he selects Martinelli.
Okay, bruv. So on the next game, Leeds home, you're going to be there. Who starts on the left wing for you? Not for Arteta, for you.
For me, Madueke.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Trossard, but I think Trossard's going, so there's no point.
He's on his way. Interesting, you mentioned Trossard. He would usually come on in a game like that.
Exactly.
Just do you know what I mean? And for me, what I would have done was take Saka off, put Trossard on the left, and put Madueke on the right. Yeah. That's what I would have liked to have seen. But obviously, it looks like Trossard could be on his way out. which is a bloody shame now if no one comes in. If no one bloody comes in and Trossard goes, that's a massive mistake
Fans
on
will ask
Arteta's
questions,
part for
bro.
me.
The fans will ask
Because
questions.
and I've got a funny feeling, bro, that's going to happen. There's no Rodrigos, there's no Eze's,
Yeah,
there's no Rafael Leao's.
yeah.
There's no Lookmans. If no one comes in on that left hand side or whatever, and Trossard goes, we're in trouble.
I said it in a previous video, Joel. I said it that I think that Madueke is the Hail Mary signing on the left. I don't think there's anyone else coming in. I think Berta and Arteta are probably high-fiving each other in the back, like, well done, great window. And Madueke was that Hail Mary signing that we all think was going to be Rodrigo or Eze or Leao. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No,
And
I
that's a
can
big
see it
risk.
now. It's not going to happen at all. Yeah, it's a shame, really. It's a shame. I think I did think that towards the end of that game, you could have taken Saka off. You could have just make a change, just change it up a little bit, because I don't, like I said, I didn't see them scoring, so that wasn't an issue. You've got nothing to lose. Just make the sub.
This is the concern with Arteta, because, and it's early, so you give him grace. It's the first game of the season, but I want to see differences from this manager. Things that he hasn't done before, getting out of his old habits, taking your best players off when they're not performing. Now, you've sacrificed Eberechi Eze now to go to our rivals, right? You didn't sign him because why? Oh, well, we've given Ethan the new contract. For me, I say, all right, cool. That's cool. That's a I can get behind that. If you truly intend on playing Ethan Nwaneri, yesterday there was no sign of Ethan Nwaneri. In a game where I think he could have actually done a good job, but in a game where we're actually having success in counter-attacking, I think he could have been made for Ethan Nwaneri. No sign of him. Now, this is what I don't want to see throughout the season. When your players are not performing, you had two options. You could have taken off Odegaard. I thought we played all right, but you could have taken him off and brought on Nwaneri with the last 20 minutes to go. Or you could have taken off Saka and brought on Nwaneri. You did nothing, and no changes, nothing. And that is where I have one beady eye open and looking at Arteta, because I'm like, you've just given this guy a new contract. You've sacrificed signing Eze because you want to give this guy an opportunity. Max Damon was on the bench as well yesterday, by the way. No sign of him. Do you trust these players? This is what I need to see from Arteta. This is what I need to see.
And that's where it counts, really. Yeah. So, okay, we've mentioned Arteta. Going forward, with the next, like, we got Leeds, Liverpool. That Liverpool game, man, that's gonna look savage now, isn't it? What can he do different in those games? Not so much Leeds, but the Liverpool game, the Man City game. What we didn't see from Arteta in yesterday's game? What can he do different?
I think you know what, I've got no issue with the lineup from yesterday at all. I think the lineup was good. It was a good team. I didn't have any issue with it. I think I messaged you and said that's a good team. It's a good team, but making changes when things ain't going well, if we're not playing well, not being scared to make changes, not being scared to take off certain players. We've all said
in-game management. Okay,
in-game management, change it. He did it, but he does it defensively. So that, you know, he made two changes. I didn't even think he needed to make those changes. I didn't think Ben White was struggling at any point, and I didn't think Caliafore was struggling. I kind of thought maybe he might make a change with Caliafore because he picked up the yellow card. But other than that, I thought Caliafore looked all right, and I thought Ben White looked all right. They weren't struggling for me, but those were the changes that he chose to make. He didn't choose to make offensive changes that were ambitious, or people might say, yeah, he brought on Havertz and he brought on Madueke. But I felt like those were shoring it up.
Obvious. Those are obvious substitutions for me.
Substitutions.
Just say Gyökeres ain't playing. He's not having a good game. Take him off. Martinelli's not having a good game. Take him off. It's a like for like, right? Like for like. But his in-game management needs to up his game, because he's too slow at times. Even a formation change, or just right. Declan Rice wasn't in the game. He was anonymous for most of it. So just switch him in Zubimendi around. I would have made Declan Rice sit, because he's really good at just breaking up play and stopping. He would have been great at stopping Man United's attacks through the middle. Yeah. Zubimendi's great at those little passes forward, especially in the transition. He would have been there. He would have been the one maybe on the ball to make the right pass. But he doesn't do little things like that. He doesn't say, even the wingers. Remember back in the day, we used to have a winger switch over. Let them switch over. Do something different. Give the other, you know what I mean? He doesn't allow, like Saka's not doing it there. Maybe he does it over that side. gets a little bit of confidence back. He goes back on that side. It's just the same old thing we're seeing. And like you said, everything always is going to smell of the season before.
Yeah, they have to prove to us that things are different. They got to show us what they've done.
Yeah.
You know, I can't just blindly, you know, back everything that Arteta does or blindly back everything the club's done. The players they've got a responsibility to show us something new. The manager's got a responsibility to show us something new. What are you trying? What are you doing? Show some confidence in the players that you're giving contracts to. Back them. Back Ethan Nwaneri. I don't care that he's 18. He's good enough. Play him. What's it hurt? Madueke. Take Saka off, put in Madueke there, and he might roast Shaw. Shaw just had Saka's number yesterday. There's only one moment when Saka got away from him, and Odegaard done a nice little clip pass over, and Saka sort of lashed at it, and somehow the defenders blocked it. He blocked it in. That was probably the only thing Saka did. Oh, and right at the end where he put the cross in for Madueke, Fernandes blocked it. That was Saka's only 2 moments. He didn't have a good game, and we shouldn't be frightened to take off our best players if they're not performing. That's all.
This is it. So, coming to the end of this show now, in your opinion, who was the outstanding player for you, MVP?
The MVP of the week. I think there's a few candidates, you know, bruv. I think there's a few candidates. I was really impressed with Raya. I'm not his biggest fan. I still feel like he has these bozo moments where he switches off sometimes, mainly when the ball's at his feet. I'm never comfortable when the ball's at Raya's feet. I don't know what he's going to do. And even yesterday, there was a moment where it's like he's trying to dribble the ball out and he almost got caught. So sometimes he has
he does it to you, man.
But all in all, what a brilliant signing he's been and what a great goalkeeper that he is. I have to give him his flowers. And yesterday he made one
couple of saves, 2 or 3 saves.
Yeah, he really did. So he's in there. I'd say Gabriel is just an absolute beast. Gabriel for me is our best defender. Like I know everyone raves about Saliba, and I love William, but for me, Gabriel is our captain. He's El Capo for me. Him and Rice. So I think he would be up for a nomination as well. I'd also say Odegaard was good. I know a lot of people have slaughtered Odegaard for his performances yesterday, mainly because there was just 2 or 3 moments where he could have done better in the final third. But I thought generally he had a good game. But I'll give it to Raya. Raya
is the MVP.
He's my MVP this week. Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll count these up, and at the end of the season, see who.
Yeah, we'll have the MVP of the year. Yeah,
the MVP of the year. Yeah, and we've got a fun one for you guys, and you can join in with this one.
Yep, chime in
below. All right. So, who is the donut of the day?
No, weekend's play. It's quite harsh. It's quite harsh for the first week, but it's Martinelli. It's Martinelli because my heart breaks at just what I'm watching him become, which is an ineffective outlet for us in the attacking sense on the left-hand side. And I don't think we can turn a blind eye to it anymore. He had a poor season last season. He didn't have a great season the season before that, and he started this season again in the same realm. It is harsh because I don't think anyone was good in the final third. I thought Gyökeres. I could easily give this to Gyökeres, but I'm going to take it easy on him because it's his first game, it's his first full debut. I thought Saka was really not effective.
Yeah, he was below par. He was really below par.
Only and Declan Rice as well. Deckers, but the only reason why I'm going to give Deckers a pass is because it was his corner that led to the goal. So I'm going to give it to Martinelli. Sorry, Gabs, but yeah, Martinelli donut of the day for me.
Okay, there we have it, people. So we have the MVP of the week, David Raya, and donut of the week is Gabriel Martinelli.
Sorry, Gabs.
Hopefully, if he does start the next game, he's got to up his game. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, he may be getting more. He may be getting more donuts than he wants.
He's gonna be looking fat come May, man. He's got a big belly.
So yeah, you would definitely be on the bench, boy.
Yeah.
So there we go, guys. That has been the red and white aftermath of me, Jules,
and myself, Else. Thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, good breakdown.
Don't forget, like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll be back next week with another episode.
You'll be good, man. Stay tuned.
So until then, take care, people.
Big up yourself,
we're out.
Guys. Peace out.